Hey guys, welcome back to more AFK Arena. So I've been seeing in the comments a lot, basically since the Beast got announced, that, you know, the talk of pay to win. So I wanted to take a minute and make a video and just talk about the topic in general around broad gotcha games, AFK Arena specifically, and give you my thoughts on whether AFK Arena is pay to win, whether it's free to play, or whether it is in fact both, and two things can be true at the same time. So let's get into it firstly with broad gotcha games, and I just want to talk about the model. Now, I'm not saying that the gotcha game model is the way games should be made or anything like that. I personally enjoy gotcha games. I like that bit of RNG in my life, and I personally, even though I can claim in-game purchases on tax because I do this for a living, I still play every gotcha game, and I play tons of them over on my second channel, but I play most of them. Well, I play all of them either free to play or low spending. Normally free to play, sometimes low spending. And when I talk low spending, I'm talking like $20, $30 a month. I haven't spent in AFK Arena in probably the last 4 or 5 months. And that's just the way I do it. I haven't even bought the monthly pack. Actually, maybe that's a recurring purchase, the little monthly card. I think that's a recurring one. So that one I have been purchasing, not the monthly card, you know, the subscription. So that I do buy. But besides that, I haven't really bought much. And when you get into these games, I personally find, and this is just me personally once again, that free to play is a more enjoyable way for me personally. I know people just want to have stuff, and that's cool. If you're a spender, you're a spender. Just understand who you are and understand that these games will consistently add things into them that will make you want to / have to keep up, spend money. So me, I enjoy the free-to-play side of games. I like trying to optimize a free account and do whatever I can for free, because at the end of the day, it's free fun. And often in games, spending money can often dilute the gaming experience and just make it easier to where you want a challenge, and then you hit that challenge and you spend to get over that challenge, and it sort of dilutes the gaming experience, in my personal opinion, and that's what I think. So every gotcha game that I've played has pay to win. If you've got a game that is free to play with microtransactions, if people are spending money, they expect to get some advantage for that. That's what they're spending their money to gain, is an advantage. And if they're not gaining that advantage, there will be no need to spend the money, and then these style of games will probably cease to exist because they're no longer profitable, because at the end of the day, they are a business. Now, once again, I'm not saying that is the model that should be taken for these games. I just enjoy gotcha games as a free-to-play / low-spending player, and that's how I choose to enjoy them. And if you play that way, you know, they can be very enjoyable, but once again, you are going to struggle to keep up with people who are spending thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars. It's just the nature of it. Now, when we transition into AFK Arena, I want to talk specifically about this game and talk about my thoughts. Now, obviously, if you want to be rank 1 in anything, the game is pay to win. Like, you can't get away from that. However, when you compare it to pretty much every other gotcha game that I've played, the generosity in this game to free-to-play players is quite nice. On top of that, they have features when they introduce them that actually add a bit of theory crafting, enjoyment, progression to free-to-play players, but also have whale sinks for the whales. And I'll talk about that more in a sec. And if you look at it as a game, if you just jump into it, for instance, my Lightbearers account that I started a few days ago, in one day, I'd done about 450 summons. That is a lot of summons. That is a lot of free currency just for playing a game, and a lot of enjoyment in summoning without having to spend money. I know you need a lot of dupes in this game. Different games have different summon models, but even considering this is a heavy dupe summon model, 450 in your first day of play is quite generous. And like I said, AFK Arena, aside from the fact that if you want to be rank 1 free to play, you're probably not going to get there. The rest of the game, if you don't look at your rank and focus on your rank, it's an incredibly fun game to be played free to play that keeps the enjoyment up whilst not requiring you to do, you know, endless grinding with your phone on. It's an idle game. You get AFK loot, get a lot of rewards for the stuff that you do manually, and then you go ahead and summon, and that's, let's face it, what some of these games are about. So when I talk about the features in AFK Arena, how they add something to it for free-to-play players, but also have the whale sync, I want to talk about the free-to-play side and the pay-to-win side of like the basic features in the game. So if we go through the order of things that came out in the game, we obviously first had just heroes, and then we had the Celestials and Hypergenes. Now, the Celestial Hypergenes are that whale sync. They're harder to get. They become a higher expensive thing. However, with the Stargazing Room and the advancement of, getting more freebies in the game, these Celestials and Hypergenes became a really fun thing for free-to-play players to work towards to advance their accounts. Just a really enjoyable feature. I remember when I got my first Lucretia to Ascended, the power fit that you feel when you get there is amazing. So it's a really cool feature for free-to-play players. Now, the next thing with just the general heroes is going to be the stars, which is just basically a whale sync. You don't have to worry about them. It's just stats on top. You get all the effective gameplay out of just having the hero, leveling them up, and getting their features. Now, the next thing that we look at is going to be the signature items. Now, the signature items, once again, for free-to-play players, I enjoy saving up and working towards the signature items that I like. Now, signature items were actually pretty balanced in a pay-to-win aspect. Yes, if you had more, you were going to be more powerful. But they didn't just have the sync. The only genuine sync that they had was in the Celestials and Hypergenes, where you can actually upgrade them past level 30. As you can see, you can go up to 40 with these. Now, that was the big money sync, but honestly, signature items, pretty cool feature in general to encourage spending, but also enjoyable for free-to-play players. The next one that we had, I can't remember the order now, but was furniture. And when we look at furniture, that was once again, I loved when furniture came out because it really changed the way some characters played, kind of like Synchtrons. It just added that new aspect to it. Once again, hard to get for free-to-play players, but gives you it feels impactful when you unlock the 3 or 9 furniture on a character for the first time and feel that difference. It gives more options. I really liked the furniture system. Now, on top of that, once again, pay to win because, whales will have all their level 9 furnitures. On top of that, you can go past level 9 furniture just for raw stats. And that's something you'll often see in games, including AFK Arena, is that going beyond where the gameplay changes and just getting stats is always like an endless whale sync. Now, when we look past that, honestly, the one thing that they introduced that I hate the most is the Elder Tree. The Elder Tree, because it's just... how do we say, it just feels like a whale sync entirely. It's just let's just give stats upon stats upon stats upon stats. Yes, you get a couple little skills. The skills are just don't feel like they do much. They don't feel impactful. They're nothing. This was probably my least favorite feature that they introduced as a whale sync, and it just really expanded that. If they removed this Elder Tree from the game, I would personally be pretty happy about it. I think it's a pretty poor feature in one man's opinion. Now, as we move on from that, we did get engravings. Now, engravings obviously ruffled a lot of feathers on players due to how expensive they were to obtain. For me personally, as a free-to-play player, I thought these were a bit lackluster on the first few that they started giving. I feel like a lot of characters, the engravings were just really, really average, and then some characters they added cool effects. Once again, this was probably my second least favorite behind the Elder Tree, because on some characters the engravings were really cool effects, but in general they may have just been number increases and other boring stuff that didn't feel like that thought through. Not the greatest. But then we move into what we have now, which I didn't think I missed anything, which is the Beast. Now, I really like the Beasts. I think they offer a fair bit. They have a fair bit of theory crafting behind them. They have abilities. It's another gotcha system, which gotcha games, most people enjoy summoning. If you don't, you probably should be playing a gotcha game. I enjoy the system. I enjoy the summoning. Yes, they have a heavy pay to win side where you need 48 copies to get them completely maxed out. No, was it more than that? No, 48 is just to get them, I can't remember now. You need a shitload of copies to get them maxed out. But once again, it's another one of those things that you can work towards as free to play. They have the cheap ones that are actually pretty decent. I really like the look of this guy with his buffs and stuff like that. But it's another feature that I think is definitely obviously pay to win, but also very fun as a free to play player. So that's pretty much all the features of the game. I just wanted to go through and talk about it. I know a lot of people get frustrated with pay to win, but I think just before you go in and play any game, or before you spend money, especially in any game, just understand that is the nature of these. Whether it's right, whether it's wrong, that is what it is, so you've got to adapt to it. So for me, in summary, AFK Arena, yes, it's pay to win if you want to be top on the ladder. However, if you want to have fun and enjoy a game as a free-to-play player, I haven't seen many other games that are better than AFK Arena from a standpoint of enjoyable content to play, not so mundane content to play in that you get idle rewards. You don't have to leave your phone on 24 hours a day grinding a dungeon to get your gear because it's just AFK loot, and then you can go in and manual the stuff that you care about. I think it's really enjoyable free to play in that sense. And also most of the whale features, like I said, the tree really sucked, but the features that they add in to give whales the advantage and entice spending are normally pretty enjoyable features as a free-to-play player and give you something to work towards, progress towards, and have fun, just working on. So that is my thoughts. Yes, it's pay to win, but it's also one of the most free-to-play friendly games that I have played. So hopefully that gives you guys my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like I said, I just seen it a lot and I just wanted to have a little bit of discussion about it. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.